What's up, guys? First off, I just want to thank you so much for the Nothing Manacles video. I did not expect it to go as well as it did. To show my appreciation, I made a build for all of our hunter friends that love to dodge around. For the next couple of videos, I want to focus on exotics that many people don't use, and showcase that they can be just as good as other exotics if used correctly. The build I will be using will consist of Radiant Dance Machines and the 4th Horseman. The premise of this build is for boss damage, to basically abuse the hunter reload while pumping out as much burst damage on a target as possible with 4th Horseman. Going over everything we need for this build, we have Top Tree Tether for a 30% debuff on enemies. The main core and catalyst for this build is Radiant Dance Machines and 4th Horseman. The exotic perk for Radiant Dance Machines is activating your dodge ability well near targets allows you to dodge additional times for a short period. As long as you're within 14 meters of an enemy, it will say multi-dodge available on your screen, which does count through walls. And with Top Tree Tether, this allows you to stay invisible. This lets you run straight through a group of enemies to kill a champion and get out safely. Now the perks of 4th Horseman are Thunder. This weapon's rate of fire is significantly increased, and Broadside. Each successive shot does more damage and has more spread. With the catalyst, the shotgun has an extra shot in the magazine. When using 4th Horseman, you have to fire full auto to get the increased damage from Broadside. Looking at the damage of 4th Horseman, you can see it starts off at 31,488, then each shot increases by an average of 16%. I'm using Divinity to be able to see clearer damage values, which will have the same effect as if the enemy was tethered. Overall, one clip at max damage will hit 220,000 damage. Now this is not the amount of damage you will hit all the time, since it can be difficult to hit every shot with 4th Horseman. But either way, it'll do a lot of damage. When you are doing damage with Radiant Dance Machines, you can dodge back to back to back, allowing you to unload all of your ammo reserves with 4th Horseman in a matter of seconds. Getting into the main mods for this build now, I'm using Reaping Well Maker, so that every time I dodge and then get a kill, a Void Well is made. With these Void Wells, I'm using Elemental Charge to get charged with light times 2, and Well of Tenacity for a 10% damage resist when I pick up a Void Well. I also have High Energy Fire for a 20% damage buff while charged with light. Then finally, Heavy Handed for the second part of the mod, which generates special ammo out of thin air every kill I get when surrounded by 3 or more enemies. Any kill with a shotgun, SMG, or sidearm counts. I have 1 shotgun ammo finder and scavenger to help with ammo furthermore, since 4th Horseman chews through ammo very quickly. I also have 1 shotgun ammo reserves on. Gauntlet mods are all personal preference, so I just go with what primary I'm using at the time. For the weapons of this build, the 2 primary options I have are either Extraordinary Rendition with Subsistence Frenzy, or Peace Bond with Subsistence Demolitionist if I need to fight unstoppable champions. Of course, we have 4th Horseman in the energy slot. Finally, I have an auto-loading Vorpal 7th Seraph Saw LMG for easier ad clear at longer ranges. We can use this instead of running at the enemies to get close with an SMG, sidearm, or shotgun. Finally on this build, if I was able to, I would go with 100 mobility on top of my 100 recovery, so that when I have my dodge on cooldown, I can get it back quicker than my 50 mobility I have currently. Don't get me wrong though, even with 50 mobility or less, this build is still very strong. Though I do not have the perfect stats for this, if you do the dodges and shots correctly, you can destroy a strike boss with just 4th Horseman by itself. As you can see here, I did have to finish the boss off with my LMG, but he was very low. Thank you all for watching and support on my scatter grenade build. I have lots of ideas that I have been brainstorming with my friend while he has been helping me work on these videos so I can get them out quicker before Witch Queen comes out. If you like this build as well as any of the other ones in the future, it would be very much appreciated if you subscribe and drop a rating down below. Comment some ideas you have for builds and I will try to get to them after these ideas I have for some lesser known exotics. I hope you all have a great time and are excited for some of the builds in the future.